gonna get back when I feel like. You know I don't play right. Just give me the word, You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like. You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word, You know I don't play right. You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like. Don't give me this. You know I don't play right. I'll put up a good fight. Just give me the word, You know I don't play right. You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like. You know I don't play right. Just give me the word, You know I don't play right. Don't give me this. I'm gonna get back when I feel like.
Welcome everybody to Base Invaders, presented by Rustoria Servers and sponsored by Rusty Pot. This is North America 3v3s. I'm Jamerson. I'll be your host today, and of course, bringing all the action with me, I've got my man Ian. Ian, how are we doing?
I'm doing very well, Jamerson. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be back on the imaginary commentary desk with you. Maybe they'll get us a real one day.
Yeah, one day we'll get like some Rust model VTuber stuff going on. We can have a virtual desk. It'll be great. As you'll notice, though, we are already 13 minutes into our attack phase, so apologies for our later start, but it did not delay our teams. They have already started building, and right now we're in the attack phase. As you can see right now, we are over our newly, I believe, modified I forgot the name of it. Ian, help me, please.
The hardpoint, yeah, and I believe this is also hardpoint 1 of 3, because they've made, or rather we have made, some changes as to how the hardpoints work. So not only are there 3 of them, when there used to only be 1, we have additional structures. As you can see, this one is a completely different shape to the old hardpoints. It's got select points of access and choke points rather than being a much more open area like the older ones were. The older ones are still on the map. They are actually 2 and 3. But the other point that we've changed on this is that the hardpoints actually rotate from active ones through these 3 hardpoints that are all across the map. So there isn't just one active hardpoint, or there is one at a time, but it rotates throughout the different ones at the different points.
Do we still have the hackable crates that'll spawn?
I have not seen them. So I am venturing a no. It wasn't included in the change log for today, but I don't think I saw them on EU, so I don't think they're there. I know you really like them.
Like a way to incentivize more PvP around the hardpoint, but if we have it more active base where it's moving around amongst the 3, I guess might not be as much of a consideration. Other things that are going on right now throughout the attack phase, a second patrol helicopter has spawned and it is rotating around the map right now. It has been a welcome change, I would say, as again, we want to incentivize PvP throughout this attack phase. with the helicopters going down with the vanilla Rust changes, as the helicopter will go down at monuments. It forces PvP in those areas, and typically in monuments that we wouldn't have seen fights before.
Yeah, for sure. Like it looks like on this particular one, it has gone down in military tunnel. It's making the heli fights a lot more interesting, I think, because teams that are taking the heli down, it's landing oftentimes really far away. It's not even going anywhere near where the team that took it down landed. So it completely opens it up. It doesn't really depend on who takes it down having the control and stake on it. It can completely flip and just go to like a monument that's surprisingly far away and have to be retrieved by the teams.
Yeah, Milliton is probably my least favorite for the heli to go down because it's just kind of flat around the surrounding areas of Milliton, right? Unless it goes into that ditch, into the down ramp, into Millitons, there's not much you can do in terms of trying to counter that one. But other teams, they have other objectives, which is scouting out bases. Right now, you can see Cash are in a small scuffle up against Yarak here. This is 3v3s, and so they've got 2 members on the rooftop right now. Crixus is going to be on the side here. Classic might get caught out here for a free kill.
I think you're right. I don't think he's seen his opponent on his flank, and no, that's him taken out. Michael trying to remember Yarrick. It's nice to see Cash out and about though, because on EU they spent, I think, the entirety of the raid phase and the PvP base inside their base defending. Never actually got to see any out in the field PvP from them, so I think they're probably enjoying that too.
Yeah, in these smaller groups, especially in 3v3s, it becomes extremely hard to try and find that moment to push out of your base when you're getting raided, maybe when there are multiple raids or raiders on your base. But for right now, you're doing everything of making sure that their perimeter is checked. Ooh, there's one knock onto Rockabella up top, but it looks like he is safe, and Alicor will be able to get him back on up. We do have about 20 teams, I believe, competing here in North America. So great turnout, especially with all the rest of events going on right now. And you were correct, Ian. Does look like the helicopter has gone down over here at Heli, but maybe NN can come in to try and counter this one.
Yeah, I can see all 3 members of Shardak and only 2 members of NN so far. So obviously they've got the numerical advantage, but it looks like, oh, I think Flop just got a 2-man over there by the crates, and James just mopped up his teammates. So that was don't need their 3rd player.
I could be wrong, but I think there's a team competing as a duo, and it might be Jamesy and Flop here. Which...
That is the kind of thing that Jamesy would do. I have to. So I would believe that. It's going to be really difficult for them as it goes like further into it. But I can see them having a pretty strong attack phase just with the 2 of them. They're pretty experienced, the pair of them. They have played a lot of base invaders.
And if they get decent enough loot here, if they can get themselves maybe an M2 off of these crates, that would be absolutely massive. M2 in 3v3s, I feel like is just way overpowered. We'll see though. Other teams that are currently trying to scout out some other bases. Looks like WW setting up here in a fight with Uga. Oh,
I think he got them both.
Yeah. Oh, there was a 3rd player right there on the flanks. You can see coming in from the bottom. Is he just naked? Oh, okay, never mind. It was just Sousa. Yeah.
Yeah, he must have respawned. That was a nice play. I mean, he had a pretty good downward angle on it, but excellent double. They're miles away. It doesn't look like anyone's getting that back from him.
Now, I'm a little bit surprised so far from the bases that we've seen. These are pretty big for the time constraints we have, and for the simple fact that we only have, it's 3s. So you're going to have 2 farmers, 1 builder, but our players, who are some of the more experienced Base Invaders players, have been able to put out some amazing looking bases. What do you think of this one so far? The triple pods up top.
Yeah, I was just looking at those spawn points at the top there, the defensive pods. Those are very cool, and I think something that you still see in like common main meta right now. I'm pretty sure those are still a thing, so that's interesting to see, because obviously we've usually got a completely different build meta, but we've made some changes to the defensive abilities of doors and things like that. So I think it has encouraged some more creative buildings this time round. I really like that base. I think I would love to see it a little bit closer up as well.
Now we got a nice little on the top of the hill so far, trying to get the head back on up. We'll see Probali actually come out the victors in this one. It might actually be a fight over the hard point. They do have control over it right now. They are currently our lobby leaders here in the attack phase with 77 points. Medic just behind them at 63, and then a pretty large gap there with Vasia, almost a full TC down at 32 points. But we still have 10 minutes left here in the attack phase, and it looks like Perbali are doing a great job of just holding it down in the hard point.
Yeah, it looks like that has been the active one for the majority of this phase so far, and they've been in there almost the whole time. Oh yes, now let's look at look at this roof. Look at all these curved. Look at all these like intersecting points. I love this. There's so many really horrible peaks. Look at them.
The peaks look fantastic from the rooftop. So this space is going to be pretty well defended. It's going to be difficult, especially here in threes, of trying to deny away the roofs, right? Typically, when we have the larger groups, we'll see the initial volleys of rockets trying to expose some of the shooting floor and also get rid of some of these roof ramps. But in the threes, you just don't have the numbers to really be able to deal with the sheet metal walls and the rockets. It does look like we have our third helicopter coming in as well, getting a better look at the interior of this base. It looks like a pretty chunky boy.
Yeah, we gotta be careful not to get too far in on the attack phase. Don't want to expose that TC, but it was a nice little peek into their spawn area. I love that base. That looks like kind of the thing that I get bolted in the head from on Rustoria Main, you know, or like EU Long or something. From like a Zerg, and that's been built by a 3-man. It's pretty impressive.
Taking a look at other bases though, Dumanoid not able to finish off their compound. Oh, that that'll very quickly put a target on your back, and looks like WW might go to try and size this one up. They have a typical shooting floor, old meta shooting floor as well, so you can easily deny access to that. I'm not sure if they actually got all the metal embrasures down either, so it looks fairly exposed. If we can get a little bit closer to see maybe if they got windows on there, but yeah, it looks like it is not a complete base yet.
Doesn't look finished, does it? I do also have a secondary concern here, Jamerson, and I hope it's just because the plugin's broken or something, but I don't see a TC bubble on this base.
They have 8 more minutes to get down. So, yeah.
That kind of suggests that they maybe haven't put one down yet. That should definitely be top priority.
Yeah.
For Dumanoid at this point. Maybe it's just a bug. It could just be a bug. Maybe it's already there. But it kind of looks like they don't have a TC.
Yeah, imagine, if anything, if you put the TC down a little bit later, closer towards, or in the direction of Dome side, probably doesn't come from there, especially when you've got another base close by. WW definitely keeping an eye on this one. Look at all the rock formations around, so there will be natural positions for them to set up a fob for themselves, set up a raid platform, and they can really utilize those rocks instead of having to put down walls themselves. WW though, dealing with a helicopter behind them, and looks just open tagging out in the middle of nowhere with the helicopter moving rocketing back.
Yeah, it's just open tagging Heli just out in the middle of nowhere. I don't know if that's wise. Oh, he survived. Nice.
30 HP, 30 HP. So Dumanoid will get a moment of reprieve here as WW are scrambling to make it back to their base.
They were successful in tagging it, and they're both still alive. They've got someone in base as well, so that actually worked out perfectly. I didn't expect it to, I have to say.
It's hard for me to hear. Is that an LMG or M2? Someone's got an M2, I think.
Yeah, but it's not any of the people in WW, I think. We've got someone off in the distance trying to tag it with See, this is the thing. We'll go close to Dome, so that is almost certainly where that's going to land now. So regardless of who actually gets the takedown, it's a wonder if that's actually advantageous, right?
This is, I believe, it going down at Dome. We'll see if it goes down at the top of Dome. Oh, a lot of those crates should slide off. That's typically what we see when helicopter goes down there. And it looks like a few of the crates might have actually fallen all the way to the bottom.
Yeah, this is really dangerous and hard to hold, this section here, because you have to worry about the entirety of Dome above you. So this is going to be interesting to see who gets these.
I think that's all the crates down here are actually all sliding down.
Looks
Are
like
those also new graphics for the crates being on fire?
Is it new flame? I was wondering this earlier, and I think it might be. Isn't it pretty?
Yeah, it is. Okay, because I
Look
haven't
at
seen the
those
blue flame
PNGs.
before.
Look at them.
Yeah.
I think you're right. I had noticed that earlier on, and I was wondering the same thing. So,
All right, back at the cache base. Yeah, pretty bog standard looking base invaders. What is this? A 4x4 core. So I expect the inside to be what, advent calendar wall style, coming out for
yeah,
cache.
looks like it's got triangle on the outsides for the overhang on here on the shooting floor as well. Don't see a lot of downward angles. I mean, it's not too bad. There's a lot of gaps, but I don't see a lot of downward angles, so they're probably going to struggle when people get into the inside the compound. Also, all their doors are open.
Yeah, so 2x2 core, typical advent calendar. They weren't able to get all the doors down either.
Oh, no.
We'll have time though. We do have
they
a
should
few
have time
twig
for that.
around here, but we shouldn't worry too much about it. It looks like they
really need to
are
be.
actually getting a lot of mobility there without putting the garage doors on in the core, but that means less defense later on. And that's the issue that you run into when you get into these smaller group sizes. It's just so hard to farm out all the resources you need for a bog standard base.
No, you're definitely right. And the other issue is if you get harassed right at the start of attack, like maybe if you're lucky, you get from the build phase into attack phase, you get a couple of extra minutes where you can just put your doors in and you're done. But if people start harassing you immediately at attack, that ruins your whole attack phase. They might not be able to get into your base or cause any damage, but it's still going to stop you from finishing what you were doing, which means the moment the PvP phase, or rather the raid phase starts, you're
Are just putting pressure onto the space instead of really going back home and finishing off their own. So maybe they don't get raided. Because,
this is what I'm saying. They spent. You don't understand, Jamerson. They spent the entirety of EU in their base, indeed, and they didn't. It wasn't by choice either. So maybe they just long to be free. Vera's on a horse. He just wants the wind in his hair.
It's what is that trend? I'm opting outside, something like that. Hashtag opting outside.
Yeah. Hashtag fields of wheat.
All right, here it is. I think WW versus Dumanoid. We saw them, of course, fighting a little bit, skirmishing over Dumanoid's base. But now, with the next objective, with these crates unlocking fairly shortly, WW are actually on top of it right now. I'm surprised. What are the timers like on these crates? Because I feel like they've been on fire for some time now.
Yeah, that's true, but I don't think there's been any changes to the timers. I think they're still on the standard. There was WW had an opponent above them on Dome that I thought was in a really great spot, but I no longer see them. I think they might have fallen off a Dome.
There was...
It's Yanis, who's still there.
Yanis, yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. And I was going to point him out when I saw him because he's in a great spot to deny. This is why Dome is so horrible. Like, look at this. Look where he is. There are so many like directly vertical angles, tiny gaps and things that you have to watch out for when the crates land down there. It's horrible to hold.
I've never really tried to play on the rails like this before. I don't even know how you access that. That's some Splinter Cell angles coming out from Giannis there. And I think he actually denied them from even touching the crates. WW currently at 26 points. We do have, it looks like maybe 2 were picked up. So that loot hasn't been secured quite yet. Giannis has to change up his angle, so I'm glad that he did drop down because someone's up there now. It looks like, okay, there's a Giannis and there's a Juanis. Hold on, just a second. No. Giannis.
Oh, I mean... You don't want me to be trying to pronounce things. I don't want to be setting any standards for how we say stuff.
But it does seem like Dumanoid will be able to secure some of this loot urge actually here to try and counter this. But the points are going over to Dumanoid here for the final crates. There's 2 more left in these bushes. He's got himself an M2 as well. Is it 2 M2s? He has 2 M2s.
I think so, yeah. See, this is a good point as well when you brought this up because the loot that's in the crates is so much more important in 3s as well. because the amount of extra, like you said, like an M2 or an LMG on threes is really strong. So picking up 2 of those out of the crates would make a lot of difference.
Yeah, it's at minimum 2 M2s there. We don't know what he got out that final crate. He ended up going down, only securing the points for Dumanoid. And now, with a minute left to go, we are about to head into the raid phase. We've got a triangle of bases here, NN and a couple more. And taking a better look at NN, it does seem like, yeah, Jamesy and Flop are just going to duo this one out. Completely doable. In threes, I think it's completely doable. We know how difficult it is to online raid, and especially in these smaller numbers as well. Defenders have a huge advantage.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take a lot of luck and a lot of defense points, but I think it's out in threes the most feasible out of any of the setups, for sure. And it's not like we said, it's not like the two of these people, like these two guys aren't without experience in Faith Invaders. I think they've both played dozens and dozens of Faith Invaders. So if there is anyone that could do it,
This
is a really busy area, though, right?
Here, you know, more than anything, just try and go for counter raids and such. But here we are heading into raid phase for North America, and you know, this is the first time where I haven't heard a boom in the first 2 seconds of raid phase.
I think the map is quite. We discovered this on EU as well. I think the map is quite large, so even with a significant number of teams, there are large spaces in the map where there's big gaps between bases. Obviously, right here is a little busy, but I think this is probably one of the busier areas of the map. The rest of it's quite spaced out.
If we get an opportunity to take a look at the map to really see the landscape of all the bases, we have a good grouping on the north and the south side, but this isn't a particularly large map. What is this? Only going out to what, 10, 11 grids to the north and south and to the west and east. So it's not a particularly large map at all, but the teams have plenty of space to work around. Looking at FTN,
sure.
They do have someone from one win. It looks like Pops eyeing things up here out in the distance in the snow. Any other bases around for us, or is he just kind of roaming in the snow looking for some PvP?
Yeah, I think he might just be on a reconnaissance, and I think he's in his snow gear and everything, Jamerson. He's come prepared. Yeah. He's full white. He's full white. I love it. This is like he's taking it seriously. That's what you want.
Oh, he's got full.
So you can't even see him. He's away.
Ready, yeah.
He's full camouflage. Good luck finding him.
Yeah, I love snow. I love snow PvP, but I hate the whiteout gear, and I hate that it's so necessary. You know.
Oh yeah, getting shot by a snowman, it really hammers it home, doesn't it? Because like you don't even see where you died from most of the time. Like it's yeah.
Yeah, you got the
I hate
camo,
it.
You got the forest camo. If there's ever gonna, like, I don't know if there's like a meta for living out in the desert. Is there a gear set?
Oh, I think there's at least 2 gear sets for sand. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Of course, my friend. Of course.
I just never.
Just gonna walk around getting splinter cells
so I don't know.
everywhere you go. Yeah, desert. I think there's at least a couple that you could pass for. There's a specific Desert Raiders one, and I think there's a couple other ones that would easily work for you in the desert as well.
Oh man, imagine if they made a variant of the Arctic snowsuit that's also white. I'm so glad that one's blue at least. You know, to have some sort of contrast in the snow. But if they had ever made an Arctic suit that was white, oh my god, game over.
Yeah, hopefully not. This you've got your winter scientists, I believe, because they've got those at Arctic and other places. But I don't think we should definitely not have access to that. We don't deserve that power.
It did seem like there was one raid at least going on. So far, it's just been a lot of posturing. It's really difficult to actually get close to some of these bases. You can see with the changes, right, to the high walls, that people don't have the same kind of safety to set up a raid platform anymore. You need to really work with the natural terrain, try to find some rock formations. If there aren't any around, you kind of need the element of surprise more than anything else. So it's like a pretty big standoff amongst all of our teams. Coming out of the raid phase, Pravali did hold on to their lead. They are still in first. The closest team to triple digits here, Medic, is still in second place there with 82. And they have almost a full TC lead over Vasya, who are in third, and Trio right behind them in fourth.
Yeah, I'm seeing this is NN's base that we've got here, but I'm sure we saw Flop like over the other side. Like, I'm pretty sure we didn't see. I don't think he's anywhere near his base, which means we've probably only got just Jamesy in there defending by himself, and I saw at least 2 teams going in. So maybe the NN 2 versus 3 isn't going to work.
Yeah. So we got a little issue. Our rust crashed. So we're going to take a short break while we get back into the server. So don't go anywhere, guys. We'll have more of the raid phase here for North America Base Invaders right after this.
No.
You on the dance floor. Can you meet me on the dance floor? Yeah, I see you on the dance floor. Can you meet me on the dance floor? 'Cause I wanna dance. 'Cause I wanna dance. I wanna dance. I wanna dance. I wanna dance. 'Cause I wanna dance. I wanna dance. I wanna dance. Can you meet me on the dance floor?
Welcome back to North America Base Invaders. We had a small technical hiccup, but we are right back into the thick of things. 1 minute and 19 seconds left here, as it looks like Sherdock are inside of Sybil's base, and they've even got roof control.
Oh, that's not good news. Oh, look, is that the first elimination we've had as well? Uga out by Pro Bali. That's them even further ahead, like 24 points ahead of Medic now in first place.
But I think that also means that Medic was able to secure themselves a TC, because they were sitting at about 82 points just a few minutes ago.
Like
So, yeah, our teams are getting into it right now. Sybil spawning in outside bags and trying to come back on in, coming in naked. You can see there's full control over this base, the rooftop for Begamot there. But what happened to the Sherdeck members that were inside? Was Mr. able to clean them out?
It looks like, Mr. with the exception of Begamot, who's still on the shooting floor, it looks like the rest of them have been cleared out. I just saw one of them spawn back outside on a bag. See Jamesy hunting around. The flops over there as well, waiting for their moment to strike.
Yeah, Flop
is he naked as well?
In from naked back, I think so. There we go.
They're on the grab.
For him. Yeah.
Oh,
launcher. Okay.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Hey, take over the raid. Let's go. There is a momentary lapse here where they actually can. The defenders are trying to reestablish themselves. Medic now showing up. And this is kind of what happens sometimes, you know, you need the additional help, right? You need to come in and counter raids and come in from a different side. And online raids are so difficult, especially in the smaller group sizes, 3v3s. Like we mentioned, defenders have a huge advantage here. Old style raid platform coming out from Sybil, but I do note that the walls do decay at an extremely high rate here.
Yeah, now I think they've been able to place high walls because they're inside the TC area, because I don't think they can place them elsewhere. So I haven't actually seen anyone do this yet. Everyone else has been placing their raid platforms outside the TC bubble. So I wonder if that's because they've done it inside that they've been able to put those walls up, because I don't think they were able to do that the rest of the map.
Well, for now, Medic did end up losing out on one, I believe. And then either Flops or Jamesy was able to clear out one member of Medic here. Huh. What is this? What are they? Okay, we're just here for the ride. I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, what's the triangle bit for?
They ran out of metal, and so they went with the wood platform here for their extra beds.
Now, there's the point, because the raid platform can't I don't think it can go higher than stone now, because you can't go higher than stone in the PvP phase, and I think that carries across into raid if you're outside your own TC area. So they could still make it stone, I believe, but they're choosing just to keep it wood. Why not? Makes it a little bit more dangerous, gives it some spice, you know?
Yeah, gotta live on the edge here. And then looking for an opportunity to try getting closer. It looks like Sherdock, though, we're able to get some reinforcements in. Period is going to have to run himself naked, but got Begamot and Blackout inside of the base right now. Rocket will go ahead and commence. Where did that rocket come from?
I think there was someone just behind him. Was that... Must have been a PvP rocket, because he has taken a small amount of damage, but with the damage to PvP rockets, it's severely reduced, so I don't think he needs to worry about it. Let's see who it was, though.
Inside, though, of this base, it is a fairly typical Advent calendar style. A lot of those bottom two layers have been cleared out with. Black now pushing all the way through. The defenders are getting cleared up, finally answered back. And it's been Wordexy once again, just keeping this base alive. Ooh, another challenge. Oh, period is there. You will finish him off. You saw the rest of the Sybil members, I think, running back in from outside bags right now. That's going to allow them some time to continue on. Oh, and you cannot give away your spawn for free like that.
He had, 5 HP?
Yeah. Oh. So a lot of the Sybil members now on timer. won't be able to get back into the base for some time now. That's going to allow Sherdog to continue to just rocket from the inside. Someone's on the bottom floor continuing to put in work. Anyway, no, this is an outside pummel. Another team might put up for this.
Here's Flop on the grub, try to steal this. Still Medic on the outside from their incredibly strong... Their raid platform, no one's even bothering to try and defend against that because it's in such a great place.
Yeah, and a lot of the work has already been done. The defenders being put on timer. Flop now coming in for the counter. Has roof access here. I think he might have actually dealt with a few members of Cherdok.
Looks like he might take somebody out on the way in, but I think he just got spotted out by that's Black on the inside there. One of the two of them has seen him, I'm sure, but maybe they're not concerned about him right now. There is a couple of layers between the two.
Yeah, there's no access here, unfortunately for him. The reinforced blast is still there, and I'm trying to see if they've got any room on them. Again, they were playing very opportunistic. That launcher on his back, he picked up off a body. Don't even know if he's got actual rockets here.
That was yeah, that was them that just blew that section up in there. I think they're just trying to get really sneaky here and get in the side, and no one sees them. Medics seem unconcerned by it. Like Sherdog have seen them, but like we said, they're still separated by layers. So until they actually run into each other.
For the most part, Medic have just been going from this side. They've done some decent work in that corner. You can see they exposed down into the core here. This is where things slow down, and you do need to push in at some point because very much have basically full control over the base. They are trying to chase down Jamesy, but it looks like they might have actually been able to stop them. And it's
they did it.
And they actually
did it. I told you. You gotta watch them.
Yeah, the dynamic duo.
Yeah. That's an incredible. Just third partied with two people, Jamerson.
Yeah, they snuck their way in. They were able to just find moments where, credit to the defenders, right? They were able to at least slow down Sherdog enough for NN to find a moment to get inside and actually take out the base and get the TC, excuse me. That's gonna prop them up into fourth place right now, about 26 points down from third place, which is currently WW, and our two lobby leaders, Probali and Medic. It looks like Probali have been able to find a lot of PvP kills in the last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, they're still maintaining that lead. They're now just shy of 30 points ahead, and Medic have been fragging that whole time as well. They just seem to have been able to keep that lead ahead of them. Obviously, with the TC being stolen right out from under Medic, that's probably they were the gap. I really want to get out of here, but I don't know. What's the play at this point? Do they stick around, try and farm some more PvP points, see if they can grab some boom from the other teams here? I would probably be out of here ASAP, personally.
Ultimately, these are some PvP kills coming their way. I think they were able to clear out NN. Jamesy, Flop's not here anymore, so if they can maintain control over this base, that's going to be all their loot going over. You have to imagine there's some rockets laying around that people just forgot where they try to stash it and such. So they could go ahead and try and snowball this loot unless Cherdok is able to find a moment and take out the person controlling the rooftop here. So control might be going back on over to Cherdok here to secure the rest of the base. I think a few more members of Medic are flying on in. Yeah, there it is, getting cleaned up. So Cherdok should be the ultimate beneficiaries of the remaining loot in this base.
And Flop and James are back in their base, not caring because everything they had on them they found on the way there, I think.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very interesting.
Some C4, maybe some rockets, but ultimately at the end of the day, the fact that they were able to play so opportunistic and come up with 40 points is absolutely massive for them.
I feel like if they can do that maybe twice and then get into their base to defend the rest of the time and get some defense points farmed, they could be in a really good spot. But here they are again.
If they can clean up Medic here, I mean, they've got launchers on their backs. I don't see any C4. So this is just the remaining raid loot that Medic brought in, but they're There's an opportunity. I think Flop is going for a wide swing on to those members. You can see the rest of the space starting to decay now. That's going to actually give JC an opportunity to push up.
That's unfortunate because Sherdak were hoping, I think, to support Black with that angle while he pushed around the other flank. The Wolves are circling around Medic. They're not getting out of here with their kits. They are not allowed.
Oh, they find themselves in a really terrible spot now. We did have one win taking a TC as well. That's going to pop them up into 6th place with 62 points. The middle of the pack extremely close right now, from 4th down to 10th place, separated by about 30 points. So that's all just a one TC swing to easily propel someone into the top 4. And we still have 70 minutes left of raid phase.
We also tend to see people who are closer to the top get targeted as well, so if it's one of them that comes out, then that 40-point swing matters even more.
Taking a look at Probali. Yeah, their next target is going to be Yarak. Cash are in position. You can see that they have their raid platform set up outside there. English is in. The defenders, I didn't see really much of them. One on the outside bag right now, coming in from the Cash side. So this is looking like Probali currently controlling the base. Trying to see the damage done. Looks like rooftop still being controlled. They still have access and defense there with a turret for the most part. I think Probali might have just gone through doors or something. A rocket coming out from the Cash side. There is a breach on this shell, but it's all honeycomb.
Look how much control they have over this gap in the wall, though. They've got so many angles. They've still got their shooting floor access, which has got at least 3 really good angles down onto it. They've got someone on the ground floor. That's gonna be tough to get in there.
Yeah, it looked like they might have just been on timer for a little bit. Someone just spawned back up on top, and so they just need to regain their composure here. And for the simple fact that you're not hearing boom going off, you know you have time to work with, and so you don't really need to rush this defense. Probali, though, are regrouping. I think as a 3-man half regroup here. Coming back on in through the compound now. Ash has been inside this whole time. And once you start hearing the rockets is when you need to get a little bit more proactive. C4 through the side here for Fahed to try and get into the core of the base. That'll give them a lot more access. Particularly more than likely look to be having hell on the inside. Oh, one defender going down.
Shape of this is interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, I'm trying to grasp the shape of it overall.
I'm quite
but
lost.
It's just a hexagon all the way in, or octagon. I'm not even too sure at this point. But armored board, they're pinging it.
I think he peeked out of the viewport for a moment there and exposed himself.
Oh!
Oh!
1-for-1 exchange. Defenders will take that, though.
Looks like
that
Ash
is
can
not a
just clear
deck
up
you
all the
wanted as
bodies.
Probali there. You had access to your inner core. You need to start making work on all these doors. And now it's getting slowed down. That's going to give an opportunity for maybe the counterers, Cash, to come in to try and make some headway here. But they've been slow on this raid themselves.
Yeah, they had a lot of difficulty. Now that everybody upstairs is dead, they've managed to get in this gap in the wall that they've been struggling with this whole time. And I think Classic has been in that little that square this whole time. I think he's completely pinned in and doesn't really have anywhere to go. I think he's just waiting for the rest of his team to come back. In the meantime,
Princess just respawned up top on that roof. Let's see where the third member of Yarak is. There he is on the outside. But it looks like the boom will now commence once again for Probali. Our current leaders, they've got almost a TC over Medic. Another TC here. Gives them a comfortable cushion to work with throughout the rest of the raid phase.
are these all high call doors?
Yeah,
They are. Oof. Okay, so this is obviously due to perhaps I think the fact that the rockets, it's now one rocket for a sheet metal door, so That'll make that high cold door a significant upgrade.
I feel like there might be a lack of communication here on the defensive side because 2 defenders just went down right here in the same angle. Yeah, and so now that's going to open up a lot of opportunities, a lot of time for Probali to work with, continue to deal with all these doors. Back up on the roof, you can see they are regrouping, but again, they have to communicate. They have to be able to trade their lives effectively here. Taking out one of the doors at least. He does have a peek on down. PAK. Actually been able to clear out one Probali member. There's English still alive, though.
1 AK is all he has, though. I don't see any armor. I don't see any helmet. I don't see nothing. An AK, a hoodie, and a dream.
Never mind. Not even that. His has been taken
He's
off.
dead.
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. So now Probali have full control over here inside the core. You can see Alikok is the only one alive. I think the rest of them might be on a timer here.
Yeah, I think you're right as well.
Yeah. Cash? Are they just giving up on this one? Freak's running away with the launcher. Mara's off in the distance. I think they're just
still
going
in
to let
this one
Probali
by
have
one.
this.
He's still in here.
This is my
Just
home
was
now.
then.
Squatters' rights.
Just rubbing the print off his A&D keys.
Oh. It just gave me like flashbacks when like my parents want to give me keys to my home, so like I would have to wait outside my door for like an hour. Let me
Oh
in.
no! Just in the
Yeah.
vestibule.
Yeah, I'm just outside my front door trying to get some homework done. You know?
I can actually see some twig in the what looked like in the construction there. That might have been missed. It could have been from a repair.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
could
most
actually
of
be
this-
from this art installation in the garden. But there it is.
right there, yeah. But again, really doesn't do much for this base. The core is pretty good for the most part, I would say. But Medic find themselves a TC, and now that put them, what, 1 point off from Probali.
Yeah.
So Probali need this TC.
Looks like we're pretty light on the raids in general, though. Is this
Yeah,
the
we're
one that
about
just
to
took?
hit the
Yeah.
hour mark here. Medic. This is the base that they were able to finish off. Wow.
That's a good recovery because they lost that previous TC take after spending a lot of time and resources there and got murked on their way out for all of
It was a straight ambush.
got banged. Didn't leave with any of their stuff. So they'll probably be quite happy about that. They recovered that. That was really quick on the second TC take. Plus they've got whatever's in here also.
Sherdog was one of those teams as well that was involved in making sure they did not get out of there alive, and in as well. So a lot of the action basically in this portion of the map right now, and eventually when there aren't any more bases left, they're gonna have to go after each other. So we'll see if they actually want to target here. Sherdog want to keep them contained inside. You can see right now Vasia still defending as well. Medic getting some outside bags respawned in. And yeah, Vasia might have been able to push them out. Taking over.
I was actually just wondering if that was Chardic's own raid base that they were clearing their stuff out of, or whether they've just they've just mugged Medic for the second time in 10 minutes.
I think they might. We'll see. It might be Vasia though. Looks like they got the rooftop control here. Makan is still there on the bottom floor, and Sherdog haven't pushed into the compound quite yet. Maybe they're waiting for it to despawn and then they'll make their push, because all of a sudden you don't have any cover to work with when the rooftop collapses in front of you. But he gets taken out. Is that just going to be Medic here? Yeah, nice little PvP kill up for him. And so Medic with that, with the PvP that they're actually getting in this area, actually put themselves in the lead by a couple points. But Probali, remember, they're sitting on a potential 40 with the progress they're making in the raid.
Yeah, and they're keeping in step for the PvP kills as well, it looks like. Although, yeah, like you're saying, Medic pulling ahead a tiny bit here. And it is only threes, so like a 3-point PvP deficit's pretty significant, depending on who is in your general area.
Yeah, so our two top leaders right now, Medic and Probali, WW in third place, Vasia in fourth with 104. And then that's where we get some gaps. Erd in fifth with 84, and NN. You know, they're probably going to sit at 76 for a while now. It's so difficult, you know, in these 3v3s to really come ahead in the PvP, right? Because the fights aren't as chaotic. When you have like the bigger groups where communication probably isn't as solid, it's easier to find a lurk play and all of a sudden you kill 2-3 people. But in threes, everyone's pretty much head on a swivel, extremely well communicating. Taking a look at this base right now, I don't know if this is OFB's base. That's a lot of doors left open.
It is indeed. It is so open.
Close
Close your doors, lads. Yeah. I'm sure there was a base close by here that was getting raided also. Nice base. I don't really... Careful that we don't want to go too far into this base lest we see the TC by accident, so probably...
Yeah. Alright, they're over here at airfield. Let's take a look around. Let's see what we've got.
Yeah, there was one close by on the map, I'm sure I saw. We got here, K10.
We got FTN, NN. There's FTN actually lurking on Medic. Flop is there as well. Trying to come up as a grub.
Is that them just still... Are they still fighting over the scraps of that base? Yeah, I think they are.
They are, yeah. Medic are about to get out, though, and FTN, we'll see if Maddie can maybe stop them. Jamesy's coming back. I believe he just died.
Is he naked?
There, so... yeah.
Of course he is. Yeah.
No. He's got
no.
He's quick.
Oh, I take it back.
Okay.
I didn't see what gun it was, though. I don't think that was an AK, was it?
It was hard to tell.
Oh, no, it's...
It is, yeah.
I take it all back. He is actually prepared.
Like, Maddie turns around just in time to take out Jamesy. And I think Medic actually get out of this one with loot this time.
Well, they'll be happy about that. It was wild, the time he took to turn around there, because Jamesy was motoring up that rock surface there. He got over there way faster than I thought he was going to. I thought he had them to rights, but they were ready.
Yeah, I mean, he was moving like he had a haste buff or something. I don't know.
yeah.
Throughout all of this, though, Probali have sneaked their way back up into the lead. It's been, you know, just a two-team battle between Probali and Medic so far. Probali finding a lot of PvP so far, but the issue is they haven't been able to finish off that base quite yet, despite the control that they've had. So we'll check in on them in just a moment here, as we get a better idea of what NN are dealing with in their surroundings. A lot of the bases around them are gone, and you have to imagine that people know that they're playing as a duo, right? So eventually, a target... Well, never mind. Here it comes.
Yeah, speak of the devil,
on them right now.
Jamerson. Yeah, I think Chernobyl have thought exactly that. They're like, here, listen, there's only two of these guys. Can we just... Yeah. But this is what you were saying, though. Like, in defense is where they want to be. Like, in defense, with the upper angles, like, that is much easier than trying to PvP in an open space when you've only got two and they've got three. Because eventually, no matter how much you're clowning them on the PvP, they will just realize that they can just trade you out, you know? Whereas up here, it's not so easy. You can't trade them out. You can't confirm your kills if you knock them down. It's easy to res. They want to be fighting from up here. Jamesy, however, has gone. He's away. They're both away. Have they noticed?
No idea where they're even going at this point. Does he have a launcher on his back?
Yeah,
I think James might have a launcher on his back too. So if they have the F1 here, that's going to be some rockets and C4 gone. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. The timing from Sherdog couldn't have been any better.
Yeah, the longer they wait to do this, the further away those two get as well. Like they could have turned if they had been fast enough, but they're miles away now. This is going to suck for them.
Flop was in base, but you can see exactly the game plan here. Air raiding from this side, so we're going to remove access with Splash from this shooting floor, and they are already, 5-6 rockets onto this side, so the walls are about to go down.
Here you go. It looks like they might have some neighbors visiting on the other side also. Is that Vasia getting a little bit closer on the outer wall?
Oh my god, it is.
Oh no.
There it is, Flop with the F1. He's back in base right now. Jamesy, where the hell are you?
Poke their head above the parapet just a little too much, Jamerson. Just slightly more than they wanted to, and now people have noticed that they're here.
I think James is just trying to run this back too, because he was the one that had the rockets. He had boom on his
You're
back.
right. I don't see him. If he was coming in anywhere, it'd be from this flank that hopefully Burgo's watching, or was watching. Maybe sort of watching him. We'll see.
Wait, what was that explosion in the back?
Yeah, actually,
Do you see the explosion in the distance?
I
Do
did,
you think that was
indeed.
just Jamesy just throwing it away?
is that
What's going on?
Cherdak's base over there? Well, that's probably out of draw distance, whatever we're looking at over there. So we might need to teleport to see what that is. But I have a sneaking suspicion that that's probably. Yeah, I think that was something blowing up at Cherdak's base. It's right under us here.
This is FTN.
Yeah, it's Jamesy. Oh, it's
James is just gonna
FTN's
go for it.
base. It's
Okay.
Jamesy. Yeah.
He's like, Flop,
He's
you
gonna
got
do
an
it.
M2, you're on the roof, you're defending. I'm just gonna go for this.
Might as well.
Yeah, screw it. He's in. He's in the core. What?
He's all the way in. And there's not a lot of doors in here.
No. Okay. We'll see. It's a race against the clock. It's a race against the clock.
Jamesy here.
Oh, it was very much.
Oh no. Flop's
gone.
just died, Jamerson. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, alright. He's not on timer yet, so that's good. That's fine. That's fine. It does look like Vasia are possibly on the floor below him, though. Oh no, they've reached roof actually.
oh.
That's bad news.
Yeah, this was the point of splashing the shooting floor and the side there. C4 in.
Blew his ladder.
With the
Oh, he's
M2.
ready.
One down, two down. Oh, he survives. Nope, never mind. Vasia was there to clean up on the lower floor.
Just pushed him straight into an opponent that was also raiding there. Vasia are booming it on the other side also. Ah.
Vladimir is able to take out Flop. We'll see if he has a spawn. There are some beds up here. James
He did it.
does it. FTN out.
See? He's just now he needs just F1. Get back over there.
And start defending. Yeah.
He has.
Alright.
He's back over. Incredible. That's what that's in third place. Yeah,
And he's
70
already
points
dead.
behind.
I think
Oh.
Vlad just killed him on respawn. Yeah. So Flop is now stuck inside of base, and this is where defense becomes nearly impossible. Rooftop is taken away from you. I don't know if set up to be able to defend like this. Does look like it's a lot of the hallway meta. So yeah, Vladimir just camping the beds here on the rooftop now. On the other side, on the opposite side, is going to be Sherdock continuing the progress that they've already made. They've got a good chunk of that base pretty much
Oh, yeah.
cleared on this side.
I feel like these two are going to meet in the middle pretty soon. The other thing here, there's a lot of stone on the inside of this. What happened? Oh no.
Yeah,
The other thing, we were trying to move people away from this door meta by making the doors, more susceptible to rockets. But it's not just about the resources, is it? It's a time slot in your way. Especially if you're using C4. It just needs to be in your way for however long, for the 8 seconds for the timer.
Geometry, right, or geography, whatever. It's about the time. Ooh, Flop finds one, but does he know that there's a player here?
Did get the boom. Oh, never mind. Unfortunate.
Still, though, these trades are good for the defenders, who, I believe, yeah, Jamesy's still on an outside bag.
We still actually have someone from FTN here. They haven't DC'd yet. They're just over there, upset, I guess.
I think it might just be like, I don't know, some sort of weird rendering.
Okay.
Like he was caught on radar at just the perfect time when we got out of render. I don't know. But yeah. So I gotta give props to NN and Jamesy. Leaving Flop to solo defend against two raiding parties and securing himself to PC. I mean, they're in third place right now as of currently, so shout out to them.
It didn't go so well, but it couldn't have gone much better. He could only have done that slightly faster and got back earlier to defend, right? It's still probably about as well as it could. They haven't taken the PC yet. And both the people who are raiding, the teams that are raiding, are now running into each other as well. So could be worse.
And there should still be an M2 on the roof for Flop to pick up, or for Jamesy to pick up. And we talked about the strength of having an M2 on a raid defense. Never mind. Where did it go? It looks like it actually might have gotten picked up. Yeah, there it is. A ladder on the roof. Someone was able to secure that M2 away from them.
The turret is out of power as well, so I can't use that anymore.
Vlad versus Jamesy on the rooftop. I think Vlad might have won out on that one. Ooh. What an odd, like, PvP setup here. Just a fight over the rooftop. There's nothing. It's just air and land. It looks like an arena, honestly.
Yeah, everybody just in their little window box going pew pew out the window. It's good, isn't it? I like it. It's probably quite good for defending from a top down. Like, I like the setup. But yeah, if we've got defenders and attackers in it, then it's kind of just attrition. It's just watching.
Yeah. I mean, his base is gone. What else can he do?
Yeah. You see a single tier.
Yeah, we still have 50 minutes left here in the raid phase right now. It's NN with 2 teams on their base right now as a 2-man. And they're doing a pretty decent job. A lot of Turdak members coming in for the respawns. It looks like Vasya, nor for Vladagor, really holding it down. I don't think Vladagor's actually died inside of the base quite yet. So he's the thorn in the side of NN, who have actually been doing a stand-up job of defending so far.
Has Flop got anything left? At least he's being very careful about his doors. That's like, I like to see that. Good door discipline.
Ooh.
Oh, and that's Yarrick out to Cash. They've been at that raid this entire time, I think.
Let's see. Cash now put themselves into 6th place with that TC pickup. They're at 119.
There's another raid going up here as well. Oh, that's just gone as we got here. That's ERD out.
Yeah. Nom was able to finish that one off just in time. A lot of teams here. Trio, Goons. So it was just a race for the finish. Trying to see where it might have been. I mean, we're good to clear out and go through these walls here. Oh, yeah, this was a design for sure.
Yeah, it's a bit
almost like an MC Escher painting. Like,
you see any upside down stairs up there?
Probably was at some point.
This does look like it would take a really long time to have cleared, though. Like, they've destroyed a good half of that before they found TC, so I don't know. I think that must have worked.
Yeah. I like this little China wall setup, this mini China wall setup coming out. A lot of teams were looking for ways to try and build without having the high walls, but I think everyone has reverted back to just going back to high walls, despite how difficult it can be to try and seal with the high walls a little bit later on. But honestly, we don't see teams being able to really seal in the middle of raids often anyhow, so I think just going back to the high walls is just fine.
Poor little Pix out here getting trench foot, just waiting for his moment. I hope those
trying to secure whatever loot here that he can.
Oh, they're away. It looks like they've gotten something out of it as well. Trio, I think, have already given up on this.
I think they might have actually gotten most of the loot. That's just combat walls to get them out. The trail of walls behind them. Yeah, look at that.
Oh yeah, I think I know which way they went. Yeah.
They're coming back. Never mind.
Oh yeah, that must be their raid platform that's out there. I think it's too late to be doing this. I think your shit's gone, lads. I think you should maybe just go home.
Oh, someone's in. We'll see. There's some bags.
How do they get that motorbike in there?
No weapon though.
Well, it does seem like there's still quite a lot of stuff lying around, so maybe this is a good play. I mean, it feels like they might be broke.
Oh, he got heard. Goons gonna clear that one up. There are Goons, by the way. They're currently in 8th place right now. 1 point behind 1 win. again, the middle of the pack is extremely close. I mean, from third place on down, everyone's basically separated by 1 TC. So
Oh yeah.
there's a possibility, a world where, these middle of the pack teams can easily propel themselves in third place if they target Probali or Medic, actually take over the first and second place respectively.
Yeah, if either 1 or 2 gets targeted here, then I think anyone basically in the top 8 can move all the way to the top. What are these guys doing?
They're fighting. But it was unfortunate
oh
for the
no.
timing. Oh! What were you doing with that body,
worst possible
Mets?
time.
What were you doing with that body, Mets?
Exposed at the worst possible time. We thought he was in privacy.
Oh no. Oh no. It couldn't have gone down in a worse way, that corpse either. So but you're not beating the allegations. Here we go. Goons,
Was that
though.
Galen that was in there? He really wasn't prepared for that building to disappear either, I don't think. It's weird when that happens, because I don't think it makes a sound. I think all you're going to hear is the like, bags and resources dropping to the floor. I think that's the only indication that's happening.
Yeah, it's not like the same sound that, like, all of us pros are used to hearing, where, like, you hear something decaying, you're like, yeah, I'm coming back for that. Let me get some spears. I'll be right back. All right. We do still have 2 raids going on, it looks like. Right here on NN's base. Yep. Vasia and
Still going
Cheradok
strong.
still here. Flop is alive, but it looks like he just respawned.
Looks like Cheradok and Vasia might be running into each other in here quite a lot, which is probably to NN's advantage. What's he coming in the gate for? There's a hole in the wall. Alright. Nothing to say. Yeah.
Let's see though. Was he cleared out? Was he able to get back in safely? Flop. Oh, respawn on the outside.
I think he's already dead, Jamerson. I don't see.
No,
He's not. He's in there.
alive.
Yeah, he's in there. Okay, I
I
spoke too
think
soon.
he
He's
just-
dead.
Yeah. OFB, I think, are here as well. Yeah, so enter a third team into the fray. And this is
NN
where
picked up
things
ID.
look almost impossible.
Have NN picked up any defense points off of this yet? It doesn't look like it.
No, they were at 122 or something like that after they took the TC. So they've gotten a few PvP kills, but beyond that, they have not gotten any defense points, and there's still 40 minutes left here in the raid phase, so it's just a matter of time, really. But that fighting between Cheradok and Vasia have cleared out Vasia. Hey. Made us well.
Slow and steady wins the race, Jamerson.
Yeah.
He is the tortoise. He is
Who
the
knows?
tortoise.
You might get rockets out of this,
Yeah, I mean, if there's maybe if he's lucky, there might be like a jackhammer in that box, and they can do the next box much faster.
And Jamesy now sealing up on, I think this was the Cheradok side, right?
Yeah, I believe so. They're all. Well, one of them is still inside. The rest of them are cleared.
Honestly, just a few doors.
Closer?
If you could just find some doors and pop them down.
Oh my god.
Wow.
A lot of dead people in there.
Yeah, I mean, this was where a lot of the fighting was taking place, in these little pods, the little ankle biter peaks.
Yeah, these duck blinds that we've got here. Put a rug in front of that, be perfect.
Oh no, did Black clear out Flop?
What Jamesy is making sure that the roof is still secure.
Okay, Vasia are back in with some boom now. I think Flop's back inside base. I think he might have gone and cleared out.
Yeah, he was in there. It looked like he had freshly spawned, so maybe he's off timer inside. Jamesy was watching from one of these roof peaks, but he appears to have either been killed or he's moved back inside.
Oh, you thinking they're loot? Black was able to sneak his way on into the rooftop and get a full kit off of that box, and now he's gonna push on in. We'll see if he can find any kills here. Okay, Jamesy on the shooting floor. shooting-ish floor.
Is it the floor that's ish, or is it the shooting? Is it a shooting floor ish or a shooting ish floor? Yeah, I think you're right. It's got a lot more
Cash
people
gets
to clear out.
eliminated by WW. That's going to put WW now in 3rd place, 168. So Vasia, with the time sink that this base has become, find themselves now in 4th place.
Yeah, that is true, but they are picking up the majority of the PvP kills in these fights that are happening here, I think, judging by the amount that they've gone up since they arrived. So it could be worse, but they do really want to get that TC ASAP, because the longer they do this, the more chance it's going to get stolen by like Sherdak. OFB still here? I think they were outside somewhere.
Yeah, there's one member of Sherdak coming back. I think they're all back at base right now. So with this side sealed, it makes it a little bit easier now for NN on the defense, really dealing with just the one team. Vasia coming back in naked here. They might actually do it. NN might actually do it. I think there was another kill on a raider there.
Yeah, I think you're right. If they can, like you said, they need doors. They need doors ASAP. If they've got some, I don't know if they can still craft them at this point. I don't know if there's been a change in the rules for that or not, but just need to get them all. They'll be in the box upstairs. Just need to get them put down.
He's sealing. He's sealing. And he sealed himself in.
Yes. Poor guy. Oh, man. No, you don't. Okay.
No.
Poor guy.
He's throwing his loot up top.
Of
Hopefully
course.
no one comes by and picks it up.
Oh, I really hope they do.
Yeah.
Just the gun as well. Not bothered about the rest of it, apparently.
Wait, I think they did it. I think they've defended. Look around. Is Vasia? Okay, Vlad is in there. Jardak's coming back.
It did seem quite quiet, didn't it? I think most of these people are running in back naked off of bags. I don't think they have any kit.
How the hell did they do this? Okay, there's a launcher and some C4.
Yeah, he's definitely just picked it up on his way in, though, I think. He's doing
Alright, just drill down. Wait, was that? No, that wasn't where Jamesy let himself in, right? Accidentally?
No, I think he's over the other side. I think he's respawned anyway.
No, he's on the outside bag.
Yeah.
Maybe he went back for boom or a kill. Because that's where the base was.
That's where that FTN base was, wasn't it? I don't think I didn't see anyone picking it clean, so it's not the worst idea. But in the meantime, Vasia are deleting all of his doors, so you better hurry up.
Right, maybe Flop can defend. Taking a look at this side, 1 win. And Medic. This is where Medic's base is. Okay, just outside of the hard point. They're not actually too far away from an End's base either. Wonder what one... No, 1 win are cooking. Okay, so they need to resupply. They need to get more sulfur, boom, whatever. So, yeah, this is where we're going to hit a momentary lull in the action, I think.
I can hear some distant boom.
Yeah, that's
Where's
probably
our
an
red
NN
circle?
base. It's within
It's the back at
distance,
NN base still. Yeah, I saw something else there as well, though. I think we still got something else happening. Was it on the lower, like on the southwest? Yeah.
Ah.
What's this? Ooh, very
OFB.
busy. Oh, this will be where OFB went. They've had to come home to defend against Medic.
So that saves NN, who were on the cusp of being three teams. Medic, though, still have to deal with these walls, buying enough time for OFB. Change is looking to try and push out.
This is quite small. I don't think this is going to take very long to get through, unfortunately, for OFB. Like, ordinarily, you'd be like, it's threes, nobody's base is big, but everyone else's base is big, and this is not.
This is a 2x2 core, and goes out to the outside triangle honeycombs at the very least. So, nope, no, not even that big. Yeah, never mind. This is
It's just got cornered.
quite a small base.
Yeah.
Like, if this was targeted earlier on, sure, right? Rockets easily just tear through the side, and then all of a sudden you control the whole base. But I think now, because Medic are on what, their fourth raid? Could be running
Yes.
low on boom.
With 2 successes, I believe.
Yeah. Oh boy.
With
Oh,
the outside
on
bags
outside
also
timers too.
hasn't heard him somehow.
If he gets this kill, it would be huge.
He has so much stuff. Oh my god. Yeah, he got traded out by his teammate on the roof there, I think.
This could be over. This could be over.
Troll
Makan
can
goes
get
down
it.
here.
Yeah.
Camp the body. Good, good, good. Yeah. M2 AK right there. And ultimately go down. Cherdak. We're able to finish that one off. So, nice try, Flop and Jamesy. You guys definitely provided a lot of entertainment as well, especially doing it as a duo.
Yeah, good job.
Defending for the last, what, 30 minutes or so?
Oh yeah, real long defend time against 2, sometimes 3 teams simultaneously there. So I mean, obviously, sometimes that becomes in your favor when it gets a little bit more chaotic, but it's still pretty good. They were doing a good job.
Wow.
Is that a full? If he gets one more, that's the wipe, isn't it? If he sees
I-
black.
I mean, it's control. They've got control back. And yeah, that's going to be AKs, M2s, rockets, C4s. Nice defense here for OFB.
That rooftop defense there from Change, I think he must have got all 3 of them. I thought there was another one, but I think I mistook black for another attacker from Medic. Wow. Well, they needed that because I really don't think that base is going to last if anyone starts pummeling it with any real force, you know?
And you can see why they wanted to go after that one. It was so isolated there in the southwest by itself. Fight between Vasya and Sharadak over the NN base. It was really unfortunate. It looked like they were just so ready to defend this, but it didn't seem like they had doors ready to place down. If they could have sealed a little bit more with some doors, I could have seen a world where they actually get the defense. You see how much of the base was actually repaired. This entire side was torn to shreds by the initial volleys that came out from Cherdak. A lot of the damage that was done by Vasya as well was sealed up by NN. So it goes to show like what experience does here in Base Invaders, because they had the presence of mind, even though they were getting raided by 2 teams, to be able to seal up, defend, buy time, all of that, and also have a really solid base design that slowed them down a lot. Now, a team that has been, slowed down a bit in the last 30 seconds or 30 minutes, we haven't seen much out of them. It's going to be Probali here, who's still maintaining this first place lead right now with, what is that, a 28-point lead over Medic. And so
Yeah.
a TC here for them would give them a very comfortable lead in first place.
I think they may have gotten stuck roundabout here at this base as well, because I recognise a lot of these people on Trio. These are all veterans of Base Invaders as well, so I think they might have been battling over this one for a while. It doesn't look like they've been able to do this by themselves either. I can see members from Goon spawning in behind, so they might have been involved in this battle while we were doing it. You can see Gellin and... Ooh, he's got it though. No, wait. Oh, this wasn't Trio's base, this was Nom's base, my mistake. I thought Trio were defending here. It was a dual attack.
It was a 3-way clan battle over this base, by the way. Probali, Trio, and Goons.
Probali will be mad about that. For sure. That Trio's managed to steal that from them, because it does look like they've been here for ages. Taken out on poor Big Pipe. What did he do? Oh wow, did he just get... He's got a rock.
I think it was downed, and then he
finished
him with the rock. Yeah.
So what's next on the step here for Probali? They must have spent a lot of resources in here, because we haven't seen them for ages. I assume they've been up here battling with Goons and Trio this whole time.
And we haven't seen much out of Nom, so we don't know how much they expended throughout the raid phase. So there could be... I think Nom got 1 TC earlier on, and I think it was the Erd base, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So there should be some sulfur left in the base. But back over here at Medics, this might be the world's fastest defense. I think it might have just been Vlados on a one-man mission or something. No. Someone died up here. Okay. So it's the medic
It looks
defense.
like
So far.
Vlados is all that's left. This is good for WWE though, if they can pull it off, because they are sitting just below medic on points here, so you don't have to outscore them if they're dead.
Oh my goodness. No cover to work with on that rooftop whatsoever. That's going to be WW'd and cleared out. Medic will be the beneficiaries of what, like 2 raid defense points, I think, with how quickly they were able to respond
Points are
to
points.
this.
Yeah, I think that we're going to get to a point here where there might be some lulls in between, because the spaces in between bases now are quite large for the most part. There's a couple of spots where people are still close to each other, but look, I mean, south of the map's the top of the map's a big way. Going to be seeing a lot of helis going about soon, I think.
Yeah. I think this might be a good time to just take a short little break while I think all of our teams are kind of just regrouping, recrafting all their boom. So we're going to take a short few-minute break, and when we get back, we'll have more base invaders right after this. And welcome back to North America Base Invaders, as we are over here at the OFB base, and it's one win looking to get in. Oh boy. Black has actually taken one of the raiders here. Rooftop now controlled by one win.
Yeah, Pops and Kate all over this roof, and it looks, yeah, it's just gonna layer that explosion all the way down there. This could be easier as well because of the damage that's already been done. I think nothing will have been upgraded past stone that's being repaired, so it's the advantage of second team into a raid post repair.
Oh, saw Black trying to go for some heroics there, but he was easily spotted out by Pops. Heard him climbing up and dealt with that. Some members of OFB coming in from outside back. Medic in the distance. I think I saw a Heli flying in timer here. Pops needs to be fast with this or with these rockets, and he's going to continue to drill on down.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Hail Mary plays probably was the call for right now, so I'm not mad at Black for trying that. It was a case of, you know, stop them or it's too late, I think, because everyone else is on outside spawn.
Volley in the distance as well, so a lot of teams rearing their heads here. Okay, Wind is going to drop all the way down to the lower floor. I think there was an AK behind me.
Oh, no, it doesn't want it.
Oh!
Oh, Pops doesn't know where that kill came from, I don't think.
And he commits
He's
himself
had to
down
call
here to
now.
low. This is a tough spot.
It should be safe to get a res off here, I think.
Yeah. And I think now
Maybe he
sees
can point
the
out that AK to K, yeah. It's down there, right?
Nope, never mind.
No, he
Don't
doesn't
need
want it. He really doesn't want it. Okay.
Wait, did he actually kill him? The defender? Oh, he did. Okay. I don't know. It's so hard to follow sometimes. Vasya in the distance coming to possibly counter as well. You can see Vladagor in the charge for them. We got Medic off in the distance as well. And Sherdak. Almost all the teams remaining converging on this base right now.
The Medic were here already. They got sent packing, so they're obviously back for another go. They are probably not going to be pleased to see how they've turned. Did he get a trade out there? I think he took one of those Bali players, or possibly a one-win player on the flank from a big distance now.
Yeah, we got one win flying in on the Heli as well. Getting back.
Oh, yep, there he is.
Yeah,
They're going to be flying it back out.
They know they need to be fast, so they are playing it fast and loose, and that might have gone to punish them. There's only one player remaining. It's going to be K. There it is.
We got it though.
Oh, hey. That's going to put them into 5th place now with 152 points, just behind Vasya. Wow, they did it just in the nick of time. So many teams were converging on this base, and they need to get it done right then and there.
That's the second one that they've taken that's been contested by multiple teams, I think, including Medic being one of those multiple teams. So that is a good job. They really had to do that like then, or it was going to become a free-for-all with all these teams.
It still is a lot of battling taking place on the outside right now. The victors mostly in this one. So they'll be able to pick up all the extra additional loot. One player of Medic still on the rooftop now, and Dwayne's going to go and try and challenge that one. Has the backup. Once. Uh-oh, that's a super. K! Does he go down? Is it going to be 3 for Medic?
Okay, took additional damage off a Probali player that's like up on the hilltop there as well from the additional angle. Oh.
Yeah, that's one win wiped. No, Pop's is still alive. Pop stayed alive down there on the low ground.
Two naked players from one win trying to get into the back of Medic's raid platform, I think. Mancan hasn't seen him yet.
Oh, no,
Oh.
There it is.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, so Medics still have control over this base right now. They'll try and pick up all the loot here because every last morsel counts. When we get to the last 20, 30 minutes of raid phase, we know how empty the war coffers are. So you don't want to go out farming here to try and get some additional boom and extra sulfur. So yeah, they're gonna stick around here. Yeah. How many teams do we have remaining? It shows 8 so far in our top 10. We started the day off with about 20 teams. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So that's our final 8.
So it's just this lot left then? Okay. Even so, though, still really not that much between it. And if it's 1 or 2 or even third place team that goes, you're going to jump up really far in these rankings with just a TC and some PvP points. Medic must be reasonably happy, don't you think? With because they've been cheated out a lot. Well, not cheated out of. Beaten to the punch, shall we say?
Yes.
On 2 different TCs. here, and
But
they're still...
they do get the PvP points, right? Which is
Yeah.
super important with how close it is. Just 10 points between them and Probali, and someone's on Probali's base right now. It's WW forcing Probali to go back to base. Vasya off into distance as well. Did they just come in, from the side, got onto roof access? There you go. They're just going to try and control. Here's Trio flying
no.
around looking for an entrance, possibly, or just scouting other bases in the area.
Primary concern right now is keeping it at a deep angle, I think, so that they don't get blown out of the sky. So this has got an... Oh, that... Uh-oh. He needs to be worried right now. Are they shooting rockets down? Oh my god. Did that hit?
It was
No.
close,
Okay.
yeah.
It was?
Actually hit.
Oh,
them.
wow. Oh, it did hit. Nice
They
shot.
healed up, though.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Flying
be a little
helicopter rocket PvP, not really something you need to worry about.
That one was a little wide. Here's another.
What?
Are they?
These shots are quite impressive.
Yeah.
They're hitting pretty center.
Oh, Sousa.
This is just gonna help
That
them
one.
though.
Wait,
this is-
Probali got on the roof in all that confusion. The head was able to get up here.
Oh yeah, and Ash might. Oh no, he got hit through that peak. Almost stayed alive. Is that the trio member? It was. It was somebody from that trio heli that got him.
Yeah, so the defenders actually finding an opening to take back the rooftop from the Raiders. I think it was WW. And now Vasya showing up at the absolute worst time where the defenders are able to get back the roof. They're about to get cleared out.
Trios are still up there in that scrappy.
Yeah.
On that 2-man, sorry. Yep.
And for Probali, they welcome this PvP. There was a 10-point lead that they had over Medic, but now that's an additional, 5 or 6 kills that they just picked up.
Yeah, up to 15 points in the lead now. So yeah, this is good for them, especially if they can stagger out. There's lots of teams around here, but they're not very tight at this moment in time. So if they can stagger these out, they'll start accumulating some defense points in between the attempts from the teams, which is going to be in their favor as well.
Vladagor. He has been so solid in the PvP all day long. A really good anchor for his squad. But Vasya still have an uphill struggle at the trio. Guys.
Trios are still up there.
Eventually. I mean, they've been hitting, the roof for a while now. That's like maybe their 6th or 7th rocket. They might be able to deal with the roof eventually.
Well, if they keep doing that, that's gonna block the defense points from getting added. If they never stop, then they won't get added until the very end, I think. I'm impressed they're still up there.
Yeah, they're basically at like max distance for a rocket too, where they're firing from. So they're playing this one extremely safe. Vasya still having some difficulty actually setting up this raid platform for themselves. Counters coming around, I think, from as well. Here's Probali, Ash pushing up, the defender out of the space right now. Catches them on the retreat, but a trio member is there. Actually take him out. But
Now we know where the third trio member is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think they have an issue with this. People fighting outside their base, they're happy with that. They can just pick off the occasional person, get a free PvP kill out of it.
We could talk about a little bit more about the positioning of Probali's base because I honestly, looking at it, it's really good, right? You're
so
on
high up,
tippity top. You're on the tippity top, but you also have a monument off to the side where, the hard point where people can't build from. So, they basically cut out about 180 degrees where their base can't get really raided from. So this is just a stellar positioning for their base.
Has worked out really well for them. I think now that you've said that, Trio have landed their heli in the hard point and are now attacking from inside one of those towers. But you're still right though, because they still, even once they come out of this hard point area, they have so much ground that they have to cross. Oh my god, they're rocketing from back here.
Max distance again. This is just max distance. Those rockets, if they were a couple more meters back, I don't think they actually hit. So
yeah, I don't think they can hit any higher than I don't think they can hit anything apart from right there because it won't reach.
Yeah. But I think this is actually the right approach. If I'm Prabali, I'm more than likely putting my TC towards that hardpoint side, because typically you wouldn't be getting raided from that angle, but Trio are out metaing them in this design, and like, yeah, sure, we're gonna raid from hardpoint.
Now, who was that pushed out there onto Vasya? I think that was a Prabali member. Oh, we've got some. Oh, it's Cherdak that are down here. So these guys have gotten real close to each other again, which is going to interrupt their raid attempt here.
Oh, everybody's at 6 HP.
He's got support from the back as well.
Get the syringe off. Get the syringes off. Alright, 2v1 once again. From either angle, Vlad will be able to clear that one out.
Ooh.
Man, Vasya have not been able to push up from this hill. They've been trying to set up this raid platform for like the last 10 minutes now.
They should maybe apply to get defense points for the raid platform. Where's Ash going? Oh, he's going to deal with these trio. See, this is good though, because even if they don't do anything the whole time they're over here, they're going to be such a nuisance and cause a distraction, and it's going to be a problem for them unless they get rid of them.
Yeah. But again, for Raleigh, they want this. 15 minutes left to go. It's a Hail Mary to try and secure that base and get that TC. So I think for Bali, just benefit in every way possible. Raid defense points, PvP coming their way. Medic are almost now 30 points behind them. So this is such a comfortable lead for Prabali to have. Medic need to get active on the map right now. They need a TC just to catch up.
No, you're so right. It speaks to their confidence as well, because they're happy with their defense. They're doing it with 2 people right now. They've sent Ash up on this absolutely gigantic flank. Like, I don't know where he's going. He will get to the back of them eventually.
Yeah, this is a custom design, so for a lot of our players are not as familiar with the geography of this. Where the hell are they? Trio? Oh, they're inside the building now.
They've moved over.
Oh, maybe
they're here. Yeah. One of them's gone. Yeah, they split up here to try and pincer him. You're right, they have heard him.
All this time, looks like
bait him with a rocket thrower.
And they're slow playing this one. This is going back to.
This is great.
It's almost like bog standard, regular PvP.
I love this though, because Levano he's continuing to rocket because he's trying to. Hollow is desperate for Ash to go out of that double door so that he can hit the flank, but Ash is just like, nah, that's bait. I'm not doing that. All the while they're still pummeling, but they're doing very little damage. Like that's the first panel, second panel they've taken.
Yeah.
Imagine the TC's in there though.
Ooh. Vasya finally get into the compound now with 12 minutes left to go. C4ing through the side. No launcher on his back. Might speak to how poor they would be in terms of boom.
Yeah, they're being real stingy here. Although I'm seeing a lot of this. Everybody is going through walls. They made this change to doors. Doors are easier to break, and everyone went, I know, I'll go through the wall. I'm not following the logic, but maybe they know something.
Alright, WW are back. Every team now. Their only shot at taking first place, especially if you're in the middle of pack, WW, Vasya, 1 win. Their only opportunity is really to pick up this TC and knock out Prabali at the same time. So I don't disagree with this decision whatsoever. You can see Vasya, Trio, WW. We might have one more team off into distance. It's a little bit hard to tell, but again, the defenders are doing such a great job right now. Goons are showing up. There it is.
One of those trio people was in a heli again a minute ago, I swear. I think it was White, but he appears to now have landed back on the hard point. But yeah, no, you're right. Goon are coming into the back of hardpoint behind Trio. I don't know if they've seen them yet. They will definitely be seeing them shortly if they've not. WW are over on this other flank. Oh, there's so many teams here. This is every team, basically.
Yeah. We have 8 teams remaining, and about 5 or 6 of them are here. Don't know where the rest of them are. I think the only team we're really missing out on is Medic. Medic is the only one really not involved in this entire affair.
Yeah, where have they gone? Because they were here. What's Little Pig doing?
Might have
There's
been
nothing
just
here.
picking
It
up
must just be.
the remnants of this loot, trying to find any kind of additional boom, possibly
grubbing.
from this raid.
There's 2 members of WW who look like they're now inside the walls of the base there on Probali. Goons look like they're stuck behind. I don't think they're making it past Trio. They've got somebody watching the back specifically for that. He's already taken out one guy.
Yeah. Trio have undescribable terrain to re-volley from this side. And I think with the amount and density of players here, yeah, trying to go in the free-for-all of pushing through is going to be nearly impossible. So trying to get a TC snipe with the rockets is the best course match for them.
Yeah, and to be fair, now that there's 2 of them doing it, they're making a lot quicker work of that wall. Like that, this might work. Because I think you're right. I think most likely location for the TC is on that side because they didn't really think they were going to be getting a lot of pressure from that side.
Yeah, it's the weird metagame that evolves in base invaders.
I mean, yeah, well, it's the thing is that, like, you know, if you think you can deal with the pummel, then it's fine, because while they can pummel from hardpoint, they can't cross that gap without exposing themselves to so much open land. The Trio don't care. They're just going to continue pummeling from back there and hope they strike it lucky. They're never going to cross.
Yeah. Oh, all's gone down. To what?
Well, Wide is no longer in a defensive point he was in before. He's either moved or he's also respawned. I don't know. They've decided to pick a fight with goons out here. I don't know why. I would just be concentrating. That pummel's really working. I would just be like, get him back up there covering their back while the rest of those 2 pummel. I think it's a good shout.
Surprisingly, for like a 2-rocket pummel, it's actually been quite effective. They have gone largely unanswered, and they've been working on it for about the last 10 minutes or so. Looks like goons still haven't actually pushed into the hard point quite yet. I think for Trio, they did need to move up a little bit from that rooftop position, because those rockets were like basically just almost out of range, and they are getting deeper into that core.
Yeah, right. I think part of the reason that took so long. Oh, I think it took so long because they're not really having any control over where they're splashing. They're at max range. They've just been splashing that whole wall, you know, in part, rather than focusing.
Bali still have their defenders, all 3 defenders here alive. On the ground floor, nice pick up there from English. Now with this side mostly cleared out, Bali can redirect their focus back over towards the hardpoint side. And I think Trio were getting flanked. Oh, Medic, we were wondering where they were. They're over at Vasia's base, and I think Vasia, yeah, they were one of the teams that were actually looking to try and raid Bali. So they had to go back and turn around to defend their base.
This is them all F1 killing to return as well. They've all just respawned. This is probably a good shout for Medic. This is nice and quiet. There's not a lot of people over here. Like it does increase the chances that Bali are not going to lose their TC though, because they've just taken one of those raiding teams all the way back over here. But if they get a TC, then Medic will be ahead of them anyway. So yeah, probably the smart move.
For Bali, remember that they haven't gotten their raid defense points yet. So
True.
This 28 that they have right now, I think with how long they're on at their base, they're nearing max raid defense points. So you're looking at another 40 points for max raid defense.
Max raid defense is 40, the same as a TC, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, 40 will be the max that they get, and 40 gets delayed all the way to the end. If obviously they pick them up a little bit earlier and then a gap, they might be able to accumulate some more.
Looking like defenders here. See, there's the first sighting of the Vasia member in quite some time. That's back, getting cleared up.
Oof, still alive there somehow.
Yeah, here's Medic. They are out of sync for the second this might be the last bit. No. He's got a little bit more on his side.
Looks like none of the rest of them have any, but it looks like they've still got rockets left here. They really are making short work of this. They're through this so quickly.
A lot of boom in the distance too.
Yeah.
I think someone just like rocket or C4 drilled a base. It's still going.
Once again, picking the wall over the door, although that's a garage door, so, you know, much greater difference. Ah, they were splashing the garage door. My bad. Yeah, that is a lot of boom going on out there, isn't it? Where is that? It's at one wind's base, it looks like.
It might be. That is the only other one in distance. Yeah, someone's getting...
12.
Absolutely.
It's medic space. It's
medic
one win
space,
at
it's
medic
a
space.
race.
Oh no!
One win are in. I think they drilled through two
Rift down, I think.
foundations. There's one drill, there's another.
This is
Yeah,
already
so-
defended as well, so this could be either of these.
I don't remember who the original raiders were for the medic base, but it's two different approaches in drilling. So far, a lot of C4 for one win here.
Yeah, it looks like they're really prepared for it. It's a good idea though, because this base looks like a nightmare. I don't like this at all. I think I would hate to raid this.
4 minutes
What
left
about-
to go. I think with all the C4 that they've actually used, might have actually been better served to just go for Foundy One.
Or if they're on the top,
Completely
just
honest.
top down the whole damn thing, man. Like they
Yeah.
had so much, and it looked like there's a lot of damage up there already.
Respawn back at their base now.
You do make a point because this is a very shallow. It's not got much of a floor, blue like footprint, does it? So
No.
Foundy wouldn't have been that expensive.
So we got 3
Everyone's
raids
picked the
going
last
on,
3
18
minutes.
still alive. Yeah.
What is this?
Lacia. One
Still
defender
defending against
remaining.
medic.
3 minutes left to go, dude. Can medic do it?
Are they really doing this with 2 attack, 1 defend? Okay. Wow. That's
They need
confidence. I like it.
maximizer, right? They need the raid defense
Yeah,
points
true.
and they need the TC. That's the only way they catch up with Probali, or hope that someone
Yeah,
takes
that's
out
true.
Probali, but I think
Yeah.
Probali
Not going to get anywhere with 2 defend, 1 attack, are you?
Yeah. 41-point lead right now for Probali, by the way. So yeah, that's the TC and the raid defense points they'll get too.
Yeah, they're figuring it doesn't matter at this point, and you're probably right. How's... Oh, Goons... Trio are at Goons now as well. Is this
So
off the
everyone
back of
just
the fight
gave
they were
up.
having at hard
Everyone
points?
just
Yeah.
gave up on Probali's base.
They did. They've all gone home, haven't they?
They're just like, fuck this, I'm going home.
Yeah,
Raid
I've
someone
heard
else.
Yeah.
All right, 2 minutes left to go. We'll see where everything stands. But ultimately, the victory seemed to be Probali. Ellen, how long was he lurking there that he didn't hear him? Was able to do that?
Excuse me. I can't believe that. I wonder how long he's been just standing there. Just he's been there so long that he wasn't worried about that door.
Yeah. All right, if we get an opportunity, can we go back to Probali's base just to see the state of affairs
See if there's
in that
anything
area?
there.
I think they actually got their raid defense
Medic.
points then.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, there's no because it was K. It was a K8 one, I think. That's them there, isn't it? Because they're next to hardpoint. Yeah.
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 So-
They must have. Yeah.
Okay, so they got the
281.
raid defense points
Yeah.
then. Okay. So never mind. So this lead that they're working with, 42 points over Medic. Medic need a couple PvP kills and a TC just to catch up in the next minute.
Yeah. Probably can't really do anything more than they have already done, I think, because of where they're positioned as well. It's going to be difficult for them to get to anyone else's base. I don't see any medic players in there. Oh, there he is. He's just respawned.
I wonder if they still have 2 raiders over at that one base right now. Looking to finish things off. 45 seconds left to go. Because if they get the Miracle TC, the raid defense
yeah.
points will actually put them over.
Yeah, that's a good point. Basia there's still one. It's just McCann, it looks like. I don't see anyone else. Both have got 2 people from medic back defending now. Because that's a good... I think now is the time for that, because there's only like 20 seconds left, and it looked like 1-1 were tearing through with a lot of C4.
Mm-hmm. All right, 20 seconds left to go. McCann, can you do it? Find the miracle snipe. You need to get the C4 down now.
No.
Oh, that's going to be Probali.
That's us.
Yeah, good attempt. Good attempt. But Probali, one of the rare moments where we see a team convert their points from attack phase into a win into the raid phase. And this was about the lead that they actually had over... Was it Meg that was also in second place coming out of attack
believe
phase?
so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Probali, with a couple of exceptions where Medic pipped them by a couple of points, I think they were ahead for almost this entire event. Like, they were the leaders coming out of attack going into raids, and they've been right at the top there that whole time. I think it really was only like maybe 5 minutes that Medic pipped them on PvP points. They were ahead the rest of it.
Yeah, so congratulations, Probali, for taking first place. Medic coming in second. WW were able to complete 2 raids themselves and get 2 raid defenses. Although I feel like I didn't really see as much of them. Vasia, unfortunately, for how much we actually saw them throughout the day, were never able to complete a raid. But 197 points at the end of the day with no raids completed.
That's pretty good. You can't say they weren't trying, right?
Yeah, they definitely were.
They were everywhere.
Were able to complete out 2 raids, 2 defenses for themselves. Cheradak, for another team that we saw a whole lot of throughout all of this, were only able to complete 1 raid. And then let's round it out with Trios and Goons at the end. So Trios were able to finish out 1 raid themselves. And Goons, at the end of the day, were only able to defend 2 raids. But yeah, what a day we had so far. I mean, 20 teams for 3v3s is definitely a treat for us, Ian.
Yeah, for sure. It makes it so difficult. How are you supposed to plan, when you've got 4 different teams third party and you all at the same time? Like, yeah. I feel like Probali were the only people that really managed to execute their plan and stick with it. I think everything that had to happen for them happened, which is why they ended up on top. It was just didn't go that way for anyone else.
Yeah, 100 PvP kills for them. So that's basically half their points.
Yeah.
For how much that they were in the lead. I mean, a lot of this you could say was like propelled off of the strength, I think, from the hard point, the attack phase for themselves. Without those points, you could easily see themselves at the bottom. But yeah, that's going to be Probali taking the win on the day. Want to go ahead and shout out, of course, all of the wonderful staff over at Rustoria for putting this on for us, and of course our sponsors at Rusty Pots for allowing us to do this. And shout outs to our newest producer and observer, Wettnoodles, coming in and filling in for the day. Did an amazing job. Ian, any final words before we close it all out?
Make sure you vote in November, guys. That's about it, really. I think that's the most important thing I have to say. Make sure you vote. For the love of God. We're all watching. Yeah. Thank you.
Double check your registration, all that. NA for sure. Need to make sure. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in. We'll see you guys in another couple weeks for more Base Invaders presented by Rustoria. Have a great day.
These sounds are only intended for a mature audience. Up and down and up and down. Left and right. Turn left and right. Up and down and up and down. Left and right. Turn left and right. Up, down, left and right, left and right. Up, down, left and right, left and right.
In the face.